So if you attach to your relationships anxiously, listen up, because this has been me my whole life. So this is personal experience, knowledge that has changed everything for me. I think it will for you too. So when you're first meeting someone or you're dating someone, you're in a relationship even, but usually at the beginning, do you find yourself projecting the story of what you want the person to be onto them? And if the answer is yes, I'm sure you found that really usually leads to frustration, devastation, suffering later, right? Okay. So it's more of focusing and bringing the shift back on us, right? And not focusing so much on the other person and actually accepting what that other person is showing us and asking ourselves the right questions. Are these people that we're typically attracted to or that we're dating, are they actually who we need them to be? Are they capable of being someone that could actually make us happy? Are they consistent with their actions? How do you feel when you're around them? How do they make you feel? These are the questions that we have to ask ourselves, and then really listen to the answer and be honest about it, because we can really get into, a dangerous spot as far as being hurt if we're just projecting the story of what we think someone could be, the potential that they might have, or the story that we want. We want this to be the person for us. So we just kind of force that on the person without actually accepting what they're available for, or what they even want to give, or what they're capable of giving. And it just leads to disappointment later. We kind of almost set ourselves up for it. And if we don't catch this and we aren't aware of it, we will continue to do this every time we go on a date, because it's a subconscious habit of just letting our brain make this story up off of one good quality that the person might have, and then running with it, or one good date that we had, one good laugh, one good whatever it is, and then just putting all of this energy and projection of what we want them to be onto them without even actually assessing if that's something they're able, willing, capable of giving. And being honest about it, because sometimes we don't like the answer, and that's okay. And actually understanding that that's part of dating. There's really only supposed to be one person. I mean, it only takes one person, right? Like, not everybody's going to be meant to be with us. Not everyone's meant to be in our life. And that's a good thing, because then that leaves more room for the people that are, or the person that is supposed to be with us romantically. But if we're always putting this energy into people that are clearly showing us that we aren't a priority to them, or that they aren't capable of being what we need, then really accepting that and being honest about that. And so, like, when you feel yourself clinging so tightly to a relationship or a person because you feel like you're going to lose them, and you have that fear of losing them, I challenge you to dig a little bit deeper and ask yourself, if you're having that fear of losing them, is it possible that you never really had them, that you don't really have them, and that's why you feel the need to cling so tightly? And then understanding maybe it's a good thing that you don't. I mean, have you ever noticed that, when we're really secure about someone in our life because they're actually putting in the effort to be in our life, we don't typically have that anxious attachment type of feeling of clinging, right? Take that as maybe a sign that maybe it's not right. Maybe it's not actually healthy. Maybe the universe is actually trying to work for you and with you. And if this person, if you actually let go and sit back and see what happens, and this person leaves your life, or it doesn't work out, or it fizzles out, or maybe it's because it was supposed to. Maybe it's because it was wrong. Maybe the universe is actually trying to work for you in your favor, to let room for the person that is supposed to be with you come in. And it's really scary when you attach anxiously to someone, to just kind of let go and sit back and see what happens. It's really very hard, but it's so freeing in a sense too, when you understand that the universe is trying to work out for you. But if we try to keep and cling on to people that just might not be right, just might not be capable of being what we need, then that leaves less room for the person that is supposed to be for us, that is supposed to be with us in our life, that's actually willing and capable and able to give us what we need. And that was a huge realization that woke me up and gave me a completely different mindset. And it actually feels really peaceful and much easy and less anxiety ridden, right? When you think of it that way, that, okay, maybe all I have to do is really just sit back and focus on me. And the universe is working for me. And if someone can just so easily walk out of your life without you clinging, maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Maybe that's a good thing, right? And if they don't and they stay, then that's great, and you go from there. But it feels much better. Take some of that anxiety off and stop projecting so much of that energy onto people, because it does tend to push them away. People feel that anxiousness. And I get it. It comes from fear. It comes from being abandoned. It comes from just wanting something so badly. It comes, I don't think that anxious energy comes from a bad place. It just comes from a fearful place. But it's still energy that can kind of repel, and it still isn't necessarily healthy. And it isn't even fair, right? Because you're putting all of your energy into something that you can't really control. So put the focus more on you. Ask yourself what's really good for you, and a little less focus on the people that you're dating or the people that you're first meeting. And just kind of let whatever happens, and accept that it's for the good, it's for the best, and let your brain think that. That's much more freeing than thinking that there's not going to be someone else, or that it's the end of the world if someone fizzles out of your life. If a date doesn't call you the next day, or you stop hearing from them after a week, that means someone else is going to come in, and that's okay. That will be better. If someone's not for us, they're not for us. And letting that be okay. And really focusing on what you need, and stop focusing on one good quality in somebody else, or the potential that you can see in somebody else, and really focus on what they're actually showing you and what they're actually capable of giving you, willing to give you, able to give you. And if it actually matches what you need, that's how you're going to find the true happiness and the true connection with somebody, and the true security and trust, and all those things that I know that you want, the love, the joy, the peace, that secure relationship, that loving, healthy relationship that we all deserve, that we all really want deep down. That's how you'll find it, okay? Sit back, be yourself, know what you need. And if someone isn't showing that, they're not showing it for a reason, probably because they're not willing, or they're not capable of it. And that can be really hurtful in the moment when we really have, started to feel something for this person, or we create these stories about that person being the one for us. But if they were the one, then they would be the one, and it wouldn't feel so hard. It wouldn't feel like a chase. It wouldn't feel stressful. It wouldn't feel that way. And let that free you. Let that sink in and let that free you, and take a breath and believe that the universe is trying to help you. The universe wants to give you what you want. And try believing that. And letting it happen for the good. And if somebody walks out of your life, if something breaks up, it's working out for you. Something better is going to come in. If you allow it. If you allow it. Allow the something better to come in by not holding on to the people that are wrong. Or the people that are showing you that they're not willing or that they don't value you. And I know you know what I'm talking about. Okay. I hope this was helpful. Like, subscribe, share, all the things. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.